Hello. How's everyone doing this morning, this afternoon, or whatever you want to call it? Here's the finished picture from the last live I did, where the camera overheated. And yeah, hopefully the same won't happen today. I'm in the car again. This time I've got the air conditioner on, I've got my phone cover off, and I've got the vents for the air conditioner kind of angled up to the windscreen, so hopefully that'll get that cool airflow around it. Now I'm just getting my YouTube happening so I can see the notes. It's all back to front though. There is a button that I can press, except it's all up in my sun visor now, to make it so it's not backwards. Hey Jelly Duck, how you going? Great to see you here. Yeah, I was talking about with Prism. This is like, you know when you take selfies and everything's back to front, sometimes the text is back to front. This is back to front. There is a function in this camera where I can flip that around, but I just haven't pressed it, and it's in the sun visor now, so I'm not going to do it. I have a great project. Thank you very much, Jelly Duck. Yeah, it's coming along. I'll just check how things are going on Twitter, if it's all popped up here on Twitter as well. There we go, there it is. Very nice. We've got some notifications there. That's for something else. Cool. So today I'm going to be attempting to draw the next illustration of this one, kind of in Elijah's imagination, being a superhero, being Motivate Man, flying through the air. Anyway, so in the background of this image, which is congrats on 300 subs. Thank you very much, Jelly Duck. Yeah, it took a long time between 250 and 300, but it's yeah, it's great to finally be there. This is Safi, the family cat for the Elijah and Crumpet gang. Now, Safi and this window are all in the background of that other drawing with Elijah ironing his cape, and if you see on my Instagram feed, you'll kind of see how I've kind of created that with the background and the window pane and Safi behind the window. Now the whole idea with Safi, as well as we're going to incorporate Safi in kind of every page of a book, so it's a bit like a Where's Wally kind of thing, or Where's Waldo, depending on what country you come from. I don't know what other names he's been given. So yeah, that's kind of that element of the cat that's going to be incorporated into all the parts of the book. Now here I am, the most terrifying thing when you're going live is the blank page. Now I might sound like I'm getting a bit hoarse here as well, because I was hoping to get a coffee between my last mowing job and my last mowing job and going live here, but I rolled up a job which normally doesn't take me very long. Their lawn's growing like crazy, and I was like racing through trying to get their lawn done. Hey Pixel Pia, how you doing? Trying to get their lawn done, and I'm gonna be late for my live. And you know, I used to be a cinema projectionist, so I'm not often late for stuff, especially like a public presentation. I always try and make it a point of, you know, getting the job done in time. Now that looks a bit blown out. I'm gonna take a risk here and touch the screen, see if I can bring the exposure back a bit. How's that for thing of illustrating in your car? Now I need Elijah's head here somewhere, like so. Yeah, Pixel Peer running into Jelly Duck. Jelly Duck here, yeah. You're on a lot of I end up seeing you on a lot of live streams, Jelly Duck. Very supportive, and appreciate your support very much. And Jelly Duck, I saw you had I don't know if it was the one I saw a while back, or it was a new one, but you're creating kind of retro beats on your with GarageBand for creating original music for your content, and I really loved what you were creating there. And but I really don't know that I have the have the amount of time to to do that as well. I opt for the copyright free music. Now, don't know if the I loved your colour drawing. Thank you very much, Pixelpeer. Yeah, the cat Safi turned out quite well. The cat element, which has appeared in, is going to be appearing in. Now, always do too much forehead. Not too much forehead now. And try and create my. So for if you can't really see, we've got the ironing board here. I'm just lightly doing it now. I mentioned this before, and I probably should have done it. It's done my light outline before going live, because during the live, especially being in the car, it's a bit blown out. It's a bit hard to see actually what I'm doing until I start going over a bit with a bit more of a solid line. So I'm currently in the library car park. I make people look, wonder what in the world I'm up to. What is that guy doing? He's got a, like, if you could see what's going on, I've got a computer laptop on my dashboard kind of jammed in there so I can see the comments coming in. I've got my lap built up with my bag so that the pad's high enough to see on camera. And loved how the cat came out. Yeah, I'm really happy with the cat. Siamese cat, what a beautiful cat too. If you look at the Elijah Crumpet Instagram feed, you can see Safi there. Amazing bright blue eyes. I don't know if all Siamese, I don't know a lot about Siamese cats. And great big ears. I love those big ears. Like radar ears, like a, what are those foxes? A fennec fox, is it? A plains fox. Eyes, always tricky eyes. In fact, the human face for me is the trickiest thing for me. But when I stop talking, that's when I'm really concentrating. So that's me concentrating. And so yeah, I raced it here to get it in time for the YouTube live. I'll be doing a couple of podcast interviews this week. I've got an interview tomorrow with a great creator. I've been following his stuff. He's kind of been documenting his journey in a similar way to me, except he's a videographer and photographer, and he's been doing podcasts and podcasts and vlogs, like daily vlogs and daily podcasts. This guy's a complete machine. His name is William Mosley, and yeah, I'm gonna have him on my podcast. So I'll probably be on not tonight's release that I do of a podcast, but tomorrow's. We'll be talking about all kind of creative stuff. Also, all going well, you know, Skype and all those kinds of things. I'll be jumping on a podcast with, oh, you can see my glasses there, there you go. With Jamie from Creative 7 in Toronto, and being on their show. So that'll be fun, being on someone else's show. Looking forward to that. I think, you know, the ability to podcast and do live chats with other creators and things like that is a massive thing for getting your you know, just getting out there, out there in public, and having people see and find out what you're doing. Gonna need another reference image of Elijah rather than me just going from my brain. So just so you know, I'm just looking up my Instagram feed here and just seeing my arms probably going across camera. There we go. Just getting a good reference face for Elijah. The internet's going slow. Library internet. You library internet, you. I've got library internet on the computer and cellular on the phone. It's gonna wake up soon. Here we go. Here we go. Cool. Just to kind of remind me of how I sketched Elijah's face. There we go. So yeah, get those eyes right. You guys feel free to talk amongst yourself. I'm just gonna go and I'm looking at my reference image right now, making sure that I'm getting this right. Yeah, it's kind of. Now, the old mouths. I don't think there's anything about the human face which is easy to draw. Because I think, you know, your brain instantly recognizes anything which is slightly off and not in the right spot. Yeah, I think I've got a handle on it now. It's kind of looking like the thing, looking like Elijah. Cool. You can head back to YouTube and see what I missed. Love the live chats, Pixel Peer, thank you. Elijah is a real superhero, he is indeed. Watched Elijah's latest video today. He took over Crumpet and did it all himself. Yeah, cool. Yeah, and there's great banter between those two. Haven't had much time to watch content, sadly. I'm trying to fit it in when I can, but trying to remember what I've done, as they used to call it in the from my filmmaking days, which I'm, you know, we're not talking like I'm as in a big filmmaker or anything, just on TV productions and whatnot. Continuity! Gotta get that continuity up, keep that continuity up. So, as I was saying before, I'm drawing the elements foreground, background, and occasionally some objects and stuff as separate layers. And then bringing them all together in Adobe Draw at the end. Oh, I might be going for a live sneeze. All that lawn mowing. Yeah. Let's see if I get some. Maybe get some teeth in there, I reckon. But thing is with these sketches, I'm not really doing, like with the lips, you don't really draw the lips. The lips is something I do with the colour afterwards. Because if you draw the edge of a lip, it looks a little bit weird. Get these very hard edges on your lips. Have to go. Have a great day, night, Andy. I'll check you later, yeah. Check you later. Thanks for joining. Now, cape out here and get a bit of now I've got Crumpet clinging on here. Haven't really done a profile Crumpet before. Clinging on for dear life. Looks like he's in a wind tunnel, which, you know, if they're really flying through the air, he kind of would be in a wind tunnel, or similar to a wind tunnel situation. Now, I'm not quite sure if he's holding on to his collar. Oh yeah, I had an idea. Yeah. What do you think, Jelly? If you're still there, Jelly Duck, do you think I'd have him like Crumpet with his legs over the cape, or I'm thinking he could be like blowing like that in the wind, flapping in the wind. I'm thinking that's kind of funny. And if it makes me laugh, it might potentially make someone else laugh as well. And it's always good to have a laugh. Yep. Crumpet is freaking out. Having a good time, really. Now, Crumpet's face, I'm not quite sure if it has a little bit of hair over there or not. No, doesn't really have that. I'm going to have to bring his hair in a bit, take off that. He doesn't really have a visible hairline as such. The hairline comes right down. So thinking like this. Because Crumpet does have pretty awesome hair. There we go. Now, get him holding on for dear life. Some work. So, if you happen to watch on the playback, I'd love you to leave me a comment, a like, even if you're watching on the live. Now it'd be great to get a thumbs up. A like always keeps that algorithm happy. And we must keep the algorithm happy. It's like some dystopia, futuristic kind of hell, isn't it? We must keep the algorithm happy. Must feed the algorithm what it wants, or you will be doomed to failure. That's kind of a feeling I get about the algorithm. You know, it's listening to me right now. It knows what I'm saying. It knows what I had for breakfast. Haha, I didn't have any breakfast, algorithm. I fooled you. Right, so we got Crumpet hanging on for dear life. I think there's a very cramped conditions in here, drawing in the car. Now, it's very tricky because I don't think I've seen a full body version of Crumpet before. So I'll do my best. I'm trying not to cover up the drawing as I'm doing it, but you know. Yeah, I think that's a cool look. Crumpet looks like he's having fun. I think that's way to go. Have his eyelids right up and whoa. There we go. Yeah, so last time, it is getting a bit warm in here now. I might have to turn the air conditioner up. Don't know if that's too loud, but I'm not doing a lot of talking anyway, because I don't know that there's many people watching. But last time my phone overheated. I don't want the shoulder. Okay. And then get Motivate Man logo. Motivate Man. The other thing as well is I don't really know how much data all this uses up. I've got a pretty good data plan at the moment, but you know, when I'm out mowing lawns and I don't really have a space to, don't really have any other alternative, and you know, I just thought going live is a good idea. It's fun. Might as well show the process and be around if anyone wants to have a chat. Always love a good chat. seconds there, the chat's gone quiet. And it picks up here. When are you still there, Jelly Duck? You have to toodaloo. And probably another reason why I'm not talking too much is I wanted time to go get a coffee, because, you know, there's nothing quite like sitting down with a nice hot cup of coffee and your sketch pad and having a chat. Having a chat with yourself. Or with friends sometime if they roll up. But I was just pressed for time. Because people, you know, the same lawn that took me, you know, an hour to do one week, take me an hour and a half for next, because I've let it grow to knee height, you know, so when it's longer it takes a lot more time, which is why I was running late. I was mowing like a crazy person. Now, I've got a stripy jumper for Crumpet as well. Not a jumper, a long sleeve top. So I'll need to continue that through as well. How are we doing for time? Stuff takes time. Especially when you're me. I'm just getting back into the swing of things. Now under here you will notice soon an ironing board appearing. But because this is in his imagination, we're going to be up in the clouds. It's going to be clouds and stuff in the background. So I need to work out the height of your ironing board. So we've got to get the wheels right. Looking like it. Let's just see if anyone's on Twitter. No notification there, anyone? No. And so what have I got? So I've got looking at the ironing board cover. Let's see how I did it. But always check your reference images. I think I did a... excuse me for a minute. Yep, I think I did kind of shading along there. Haha, that's a good shot of my beanie. Jelly Duck, yeah, I'm on Periscope as well, Jelly Duck, yeah. So on the Prism Live Studio, I can multi-stream, and so you can go to Twitch, Periscope, YouTube, and there's a few others as well. I'm not on Twitch, but I'm doing the Periscope thing too. And yeah, it's a cool feature. Sadly, you can't do to Facebook or Instagram at the same time, because you know I'd like to do Instagram as well, but the thing is with Instagram, it's a completely different aspect ratio. So yes, I don't think that would ever work. I've just completed a week of daily podcasts, because I just don't have time to do daily vlogs anymore. So you know, you do what you can, you do what is appropriate for, as they say, the current season of your life. But still, I think the focus for me is always I need to be documenting. Especially now that I've actually got something to document, you know what I mean? Yes, I'm making more podcasts now. The podcast I'm doing, because I don't have much time, because I'm doing all this lawn mowing work, and when I'm not doing that, I'm doing the sketching work. I don't really have time to edit videos or anything. So I'm just doing podcasts which are one-take wonders through the Anchor app, my hands-free on my phone while I'm driving. I'm just talking while I'm driving, and talking about what's rattling around in my head, and but I am planning on doing Instagram creator chats. I'm putting them on the podcast, and I'm doing a podcast tomorrow, but it's not on the Instagram app. So it's through the Anchor, but it will be coming up on the podcast pretty soon. Yeah, no, I just need to document in some way, Jelly Duck, and it's just a matter of like, you know, I'm a big student of Gary Vee, and you know, about creating content and documenting your journey, and the fact that, you know, I've gotten work from documenting my journey. So I feel I need to just keep documenting my journey. The more people see what you do and what your work is, the more chance there is that someone might want to, you know, use your services. Wasn't my initial intention. My initial intention was just to document the kids' book, which I was planning on making. I still am making, but I'll try and keep the momentum up straight after this one and go straight into mine. I did have a fantasy that I could run them both side by side, but you know, just trying to earn a living at the same time is a bit difficult. In the world of lawn mowing. Lawn artistry. I should do crop circles or something like that. That's my niche. Mowing crop circles. That could be fun. Although it looks like there's probably a lot of maths involved. I never did like maths. Those aliens are pretty smart. They're really smart because they haven't made contact with us. They took one look at us and said, no, we're not gonna have beers with those guys. Those humans are crazy. Alright, I think I'm getting close to getting that one. Oh, that's right, I need to do some sleeves. Sleeves for Elijah. What have we got here? Okay. So we gotta keep that continuity up. How come he only had 4 stripes on one in that previous picture, and now he's got 5 stripes? You know, these are very important technicalities that the parent who might be reading would Crumpet's like, oh! Yeah, I initially had Crumpet just riding his back, but I thought I'd make it a bit more fun. Yeah, so looking forward to doing getting back into interviews. I try and... So I'm doing daily podcast now, where I just kind of keep you up to date with what's going on and ideas and things in my brain. And once a week chuck in a creator chat where I can kind of talk about those ideas and their ideas and just kind of creating a bit of a community of creators, because that's what you can do on YouTube. There's a bug. Because as creators of the latest technology, you know, no need to be creating in a vacuum or anything like that. I don't mean like, you know, what you clean your house with. Isolation, I should say. Creating in isolation. You don't need to be isolated anymore. What time's it for where you are, Jelly Duck? So you're in Kuwait, is that correct? Amazing. I think that people from all over the world can check out what you're up to. But Jelly Duck might be multitasking as well, like I do. Sometimes like, 4:22 a.m. in the morning. Wow, are you like a really early riser, or are you still up from the previous day? You've been partying, or are you just doing that? Still making music, composer, by the way. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Yeah, no, I love that stuff that you did. In GarageBand. Woke up at 1:30 a.m. Yeah, kind of sounds like the way I roll. So I kind of, after a day at work, get home, hang out with the family, and when the kids go to bed, when everyone's asleep, like I'll go to sleep with them as well, and but I'll usually wake up, you know, 8 o'clock, midnight, 1 a.m, something like that, and that's when I work for 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours, depending on how completely stuffed I am, and then make a coffee, a wonderful coffee, life-saving coffee, and get into it, and then go back to bed. And everyone wakes up and they don't even know. They don't even know. I mean, they know what I'm doing, but it's like my mysterious nighttime occupation. It's pretty hard to get up sometimes when everybody's asleep. But, you know, as soon as I start drawing and getting into it, the motivation definitely comes. It certainly helps to love what you're doing. Yeah, now I haven't kind of gone right back here, because what this is going to be in is like, and I might even be cutting off that a bit, it's going to be my thumbnails. Yeah, I use an app called Picsart, P-I-C-S Art, and I use that in conjunction with the Adobe Draw app. I do my text in the Adobe Draw app, bring it in with a transparent background. But all the image manipulation and the cutting, you know, where I cut out my head and chuck it on there, is done in PicsArt, and add that filter to my face. I'm actually thinking of doing a tutorial on just how I do my thumbnails. I mean, not that I want everyone to copy me, but just, you know, you can pick stuff up watching what other people do, and you know, and that Prism live studio tutorial that I've got up there seems to have been very helpful. Oh, you do have PicsArt? Yeah, it's there is a lot in PicsArt. You've got to dig around in there, and there's a lot. What I use on my face is called oil painting. Just kind of adds a nice artistic kind of effect to my face, a black and white picture of my face. And then I muck with the hue of the background, and I'm kind of going through all the gradients of colour, because I like that look, you know, going from purple to blue to, you know, just moving through all the colours. Just gives it that kind of, I think the thing with your thumbnails, apart from wanting people to click, is that they need to be recognisable as anyone who knows what your thumbnails look like. They go, oh yeah, that's that guy. But I'm using Art Studio Pro, and it costs $9, looks similar to Photoshop. Yeah, I'm also using Photoshop at the moment for the kids book, of potentially looking at some other versions where you just, because this paid subscription thing is just, you know, for someone who, like me, who is struggling for cash, to sign up for a subscription is something which is really, you know, it's good because you don't have to pay a lot outright. However, it ends up, you know, costing a lot of money by the time you get to your end of your year or whatever, and you've put all this cash into subscriptions. I think we're looking pretty good here. I'm obviously going to do a bit more finishing off work, a bit of tidying up of edges, a bit more shading. But what's the time here? Yep, that's been about an hour. Not just Photoshop on iOS. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm big on doing everything as much as I can on my phone, because it's convenient, and also because that's what everyone's got. Most people, I should say, have a phone, and I kind of want to try and build up my work doing it on a phone. So it's kind of like, you know, well, if he can make a kid's book on his phone, and maybe so can I, you know. And it's, you know, it's just a small version of a tablet, that's all it is. You just got to set yourself up right on your desk, and because I got a big phone, so makes it easy. Got to do a few little alterations on the face. That looks spectacular. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Jelly Duck. Makes me feel good that it's actually, because, you know, there's a lot of self-doubt when you're doing this stuff, going, is that any good? So I really appreciate the compliment. So yeah, I'm going to sign out now. I'll get this coloured up tonight. That's the plan. And hopefully you'll see something on Instagram in the morning. Now I'm going to try and post the, what do you call it, the time lapses before these videos. I forgot to do it in the last one. But yeah, so you'll be able to see the time lapse of me colouring it in as well. So thanks for joining me, Jelly Duck. Hopefully catch you around sometime soon. I just got to find the end button on here. Here we go. See you, man. See everyone else who's watching. Bye.